What is something your child said that you'll never forget? The hardest conversation I've ever had was with my 5-year-old daughter. It was the day I had to explain why her father suddenly looked different. We were sitting on the edge of her bed, her tiny legs swinging back and forth, completely unaware that our world had just changed. "Why does Daddy look tired all the time?" she asked. I took a breath. "Because he's sick, sweetheart. The doctors are giving him strong medicine to help him get better." She nodded slowly like she understood, but I could tell she didn't fully get it. How could she? The treatments were rough. Some days he couldn't even get out of bed. Other days he tried to act normal just to make her smile, and she watched everything, closer than I realized. At first she became extra gentle. She stopped jumping on the bed, stopped being loud in the mornings. If he was sleeping, she'd tiptoe past the room like she was walking through glass. Then one morning I noticed something strange. She had made her bed, perfectly, corners tucked in, pillows lined up. She had never done that before. "Did you do this?" I asked. She nodded. "I'm helping." I smiled, but something about the way she said it stayed with me. That night at dinner, she ate everything on her plate. No complaints, no bargaining. Not even about the vegetables she always hated. When she accidentally spilled her water, she froze, then quickly grabbed a napkin and cleaned it herself. "I'm sorry," she whispered. I looked at her. "You're okay, baby?" But she just shook her head. "No, I have to be good." That's when something in my chest tightened. Later that night, after I tucked her in, she held onto my hand, tighter than usual. "Mama?" "Yes? If I'm really, really good, will Daddy get better faster?" I felt like the air had been pulled out of the room. "What do you mean?" She looked at me with complete sincerity. "When I'm sick, my teacher says I have to behave so my medicine works." She paused. "So if I don't make mistakes, his medicine will work too, right?" I couldn't speak for a second. All those little things suddenly made sense. The quiet, the cleaning, the way she was trying so hard to be perfect. She thought his life depended on her behavior. I pulled her into my arms. "No, sweetheart," I whispered. "This isn't your job." But she didn't look convinced. The next few days, she tried even harder. She'd sit beside him, holding his hand, barely moving. She gave him her favorite stuffed animal. "This will protect you," she said. One afternoon, I walked into the room and heard her talking to him, softly. "I didn't fight with anyone today," she said. "And I finished all my food." She hesitated. "So you can get better now." That was the moment I broke. That night, we both sat her down. He was weak, but he held her hand, and gently told her, "Baby, you being good doesn't fix me." She frowned. "But I want to help." He smiled, even through everything. "You already are, just by being you." She was quiet for a long time, then she nodded, like she was accepting something she didn't fully understand. But what she said next is something I will never forget. She looked at him, her voice small and shaky, and said, "Then, if you don't get better, it won't be because of me, right?" I held her tighter than I ever had before, because no child should ever have to carry that kind of fear.